This is a special presentation of the SEC Network on ESPN. And welcome to Rupp Arena in Lexington, where the 6th-ranked Kentucky Wildcats are hosting the Arkansas Razorbacks. We'd like to start by saying thanks to the SEC for agreeing to move the Arkansas-Kentucky game over from the SEC Network to right here on ESPN due to weather-related postponement of the NC State-North Carolina game. And you can watch that game tomorrow right here on ESPN beginning at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And a pleasant good evening, everybody. I'm Dave Neal alongside former All-American guard at Missouri, John Sunvold. And welcome once again to a packed house here at Rupp Arena. We'll start tonight because this is going to be a great game up and down the floor. Two teams that like to get after it with backcourt because that's where most of the action will take place. And we have 4 guys to keep an eye on tonight. And Kentucky's got some talented freshmen, and we've got some experience for Arkansas.
Yeah, the thing about Arkansas, Dusty Hannes has been through this before. He had 20 points last time they matched up. The guy's an unbelievable shooter. Daryl Macon, first time in this kind of atmosphere. He's a junior college kid, but look at the numbers, 90% free throw line. That's why they've won on the road, especially at Tennessee and against Texas. Monk and Fox, what can you say? Monk averaging 31 a game the last 4 ball games, averaging 30 points in his 2 SEC contests. Fox, one of the best lead guards in all of college basketball. Special, they will go up and down the court.
Throw in Isaiah Briscoe, who's averaging 15 points a game, and Kentucky's backcourt can stand toe-to-toe with anybody in America. 2 teams with 12-2 overall records. Kentucky, 6th-ranked team in America. Arkansas has really climbed the ladder in terms of RPI. They have jumped up to number 29. So an interesting matchup. 2 teams that certainly like to push the tempo. And we'll see how that plays out tonight because Kentucky loves it when they are pressured. And that is what Arkansas loves. Monk knocks home his first shot. A lot of eyes on him. A guy that grew up in Arkansas. Played his high school ball at Bentonville, just 25 miles away from campus there in Fayetteville.
And he knows most of these Arkansas players and vice versa. Manny Watkins will start on him first, and Monk got free, knocks in his first jumper. He's shooting 70% from the field in SEC play.
And he comes away with the steal off to Fox for a throwdown.
So Dave, Arkansas comes in as the fastest 40, right? Kentucky has said, well, I'll call that and raise you 12. They averaged 94 points a ball game. Arkansas 82.
Kentucky, the 2nd highest scoring team in the country at 94 points, even here in 2016-17. Little up and under move by Hannes. That won't go. Rebound to Fox.
And Hannes has to make that shot. He can get guys off balance because of his first and second step and his ability to make shots, but he's got to convert, especially early in this game, to keep the Razorbacks close.
Arkansas scoring the ball at 82.5 points a game, 2nd in the conference, only to Kentucky, 32nd in the country. Here's Monk. That's a 3, a little bit shy. And the rebound pulled out of there by Watkins.
And how quickly Macon got to Monk on the shot. Make him put it on the floor, make him feel uncomfortable.
Last loss to an SEC team in this building was to Arkansas. Kentucky's won 20 straight conference games in this building since then.
Yeah, this is what they'll do. Kentucky will force and then they'll push. And if you don't get back defensively, Kentucky will make you pay, especially in this building. They blew out A&M this week, and this crowd, the building, was electric.
Kentucky's only 2 losses to UCLA and Louisville.
Dave, the Razorbacks do not necessarily have a guy off the dribble who can just break down the defense. Macon is more of a point guard that can catch it and shoot it like he just did.
Daryl Macon at Little Rock, Arkansas by way of Holmes Community College. Knocks down that 3. Here's Adebayo inside. And a foul against Moses Kingsley. That's a matchup you and I have talked about that we'll keep an eye on tonight. And we talked to Coach Cal today at shoot-around about that matchup. And he says it's time that Bam kind of breaks out of his little shell. He says, you know, in high school, Bam's a guy that really didn't have anybody match him physically. And so when he got here to the college level, maybe a little timid with some of his post plays when guys physically could match him. But he felt like he's starting to get that confidence around the post. Take the ball, take it to the rim.
Well, let's think now what just happened. Kingsley kind of gave him the drop step, and if he does that, Bam will finish it big time. And Moses got a reach foul. Moses has to be more solid behind Bam Adebayo defensively tonight, and then just rely on his athletic ability to challenge Bam on any jump hook.
There, Bam couldn't get that free throw to go. Bam averaging 13 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3 double-doubles on the year. Boy, he opened up SEC play with a big number, 25 against Ole Miss.
Arkansas relies on their guys making shots. Hannah's with a bomb.
Watkins, nice work under the iron, taps it in.
The glue guy for this Razorback team.
Floater to Adebayo. He can't convert. Razorbacks the other way. Hannah's fouled on the way to the basket. He'll head to the free throw line. You can almost put that in the book right now.
Talking to Mike Anderson and his staff today at Shoot Around, they will not be afraid to play Razorback basketball. They will push it, they will attack, they will make Kentucky run to get back defensively. Mike Anderson is confident in his team, likes how they've played so far this season. Defensively, they have been inconsistent, did not play well against Florida, but he's got eight new faces on his team, 4 freshmen and 4 transfers, and they are getting better game by game. Huge win at Tennessee.
Yeah, he mentioned that today, that he felt like maybe that could be the turning point for this team, and knowing full well what kind of test this would be. An uphill battle for sure on the road here at Kentucky, but felt like maybe his guys kind of came together.
Well, the only thing about this game for Mike Anderson, Hannah's, Kingsley, Watkins, our veteran players have been here before.
They were down 13 in Knoxville, came back to win that one. This start, 12-2 for Arkansas, is their best start in 6 seasons under Mike Anderson. Here's Monk, top of the key. Missed that one wide left. Adebayo will finish.
What else did Mike Anderson say? We must rebound. We must grab a shot. We can't give a second attempt to this Wildcat team. Good matchup because Briscoe, one of the best on-ball defenders in the country.
Watkins will get it to Macon. Kingsley sets a screen for Macon. Loose ball on the deck. There's a scramble for it. Kept alive by Kingsley. Shot clock reset. Macon can't convert from the corner 3. Willis off to Monk. Briscoe, reverse layup. Kingsley with a block. And a whistle and a foul underneath. That foul will go against Daryl Macon.
The push and the ability, though, defensively of Moses Kingsley to get back. That's what he does best. Rim to rim, he's a great runner.
Willis, 15-footer is perfect.
The guy that they would like to get the jump shot going. Last year, 44% from the threes. This year, a little more inconsistent.
Eight 7 game. Watkins on the drive. Boy, Manny Watkins off to a good start tonight inside Rupp Arena.
You take a look at Manny, 6'3", about 225. That is just a solid body. Does all the little things for Mike Anderson in this team. Defensively, rebounding, makes assists. Doesn't score many. Occasionally will make a play like you just made.
Willis, catch and shoot. Got it.
A smile on Willis's face, a smile on Monk's face.
5 points for Willis off the bench. Hannes. Well, he thought about it. And he will pull the trigger from deep.
Yeah. And Briscoe knows it better keep his hand up.
Shot clock at 3. Shot clock violation. That'll get us to a timeout. 2-point lead by Kentucky. We'll be joined by Tara Petrolino when we come back.
Welcome back to Lexington, where the Cats hold an 11-9 lead right now over Arkansas. And yesterday, Malik Monk was held out of media availability as they hope to avoid any unnecessary distractions. Of course, it is no secret that the Arkansas native was recruited heavily by Coach Mike Anderson. But today, Cal brought Malik into his office along with his mom, Jackie, and his brother, Marcus, who played football for the Razorbacks. to remind his star not to get too hyped up and to stay disciplined. As for Malik, he told me earlier at shoot-around that he's got his head on right. He's well-grounded with his family here, and Cal has him ready to play.
Certainly it's got to be an emotional night. Most of these guys wearing the Arkansas jerseys are his friends, and knocked down his first shot. Got a foul on the inside, a quick whistle, and that will go against Trey Thompson.
Dave, how quickly, though, do players and coaches move on because they're worried about their team? Now, fan bases, it'd be different if this game was in Fayetteville. They will not forget Mr. Monk's departure from Arkansas to attend Kentucky.
I mean, the entire Arkansas basketball team used to go to Bentonville High School to watch Malik Monk play during the recruiting process.
As one gentleman told me from the staff at Arkansas, we recruited him hard, we didn't get him, we moved on.
I guess that's the nature of the business.
Yep.
Here is Monk, right down the lane. We'll kick it back out to Fox. That won't go. Adebayo battling a couple of Razorbacks. Kept it alive. It'll be Kentucky basketball.
How quickly, though, you better put a body on Adebayo, because if he's roaming and he's free, he's too active and he's too strong and he's too physical. He goes above everybody. He'll get his hand on a lot of balls. They've got to get to him early, block him out.
Dominic Hawkins checked in during the last timeout. Fox slithers his way into the lane. He drops that one in, giving Kentucky the 4-point advantage. It's a 9-2 Cat run over the last 3 minutes.
Barford in for Arkansas with the ball. Very solid offensively, really good defender, but a big-time scorer in junior college.
Macon having some trouble with the basketball. Beard off the back of the iron. Thomas had his shot blocked. Out of bounds. It'll belong to Kentucky. Don't forget that North Carolina State-North Carolina game that was postponed because of weather issues. Rescheduled for tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. You can catch that right here on ESPN. The Pack and the Heels going at it. Glad you could join us for this one. A little special edition SEC hoops for you. A couple of 12-2 clubs going at it. Kentucky and Arkansas. They have split their last 8 meetings. Dave Neal alongside John Sunvold and Tara Petrolino. Tapped around and a foul against Kentucky.
Tough shot contested by Monk. Now, he has made those in a lot of games, and so don't you expect him to take some difficult shots, but Barford right in his chest-to-chest. Monk couldn't get by him off the dribble, so then goes above him to try to make the jumper.
Hawkins picks up that foul, his first.
You know, think of this for Mike Anderson. You have Hannes and Macon start. When they come out, you've got Anton Beard, who started 16 times as a freshman, started 1 game last year, has been solid coming in, and Barford, 2 guys, 2 other guards that can come in and be quite solid.
Thompson sets a screen for Beard. Here's Thomas off the back of the iron. Good rebound by Barford. That'll make it a 2-point game. Here's Fox back the other way. Hawkins fires. Watkins another rebound. Watkins already 4 boards for Arkansas. The senior certainly not afraid to come into Rupp.
Observation, Arkansas being very patient, attacking, but patient on the offensive end. Kentucky's not been able to get steals that many and go the other way quickly.
Willis, his second 3 tonight. There's Watkins off the window. Boy, both teams quick to the basket on their last couple of possessions.
Scouting report, don't worry too much about Watkins. Watkins understands the scouting report also. It's his senior season. He'd love to get a win here. 2 guys we didn't talk about in the opening, Willis and Watkins putting on a show.
There's Humphreys, offensive rebound. He's fouled. Derek Willis off the bench. Coach said he'd like to see him score the ball a little bit tonight. He's done just that. He's got 8.
Back to you guys in Kentucky.
Boy, on Wednesday night, Baylor snuck out of there with a win. Tried to do the same tonight. See if they can remain unbeaten. 16-15 our score here. Kentucky up by 1. And if it weren't for Derek Willis, things might be a little different off the bench. Derek with a couple of threes. Total 8 points so far tonight. And shoot around today, Coach was talking about be nice if Derek could knock down some shots. He's worked really hard at practice. And that has been the case.
It was a year ago. Again, I mentioned 44% beyond the three-point line. He's going to be open on a lot of spot-ups because of the guys he plays with. This year it's been inconsistent. In the win against A&M, when everybody was having a party, he still struggled 2 of 7 from the field. So tonight, for him to knock in his early shots, there's a confidence he goes. He is the piece that gives Cal that guy that can just spot up, move around on the offense while the other guys off the dribble can penetrate and kick it out to him.
Here's Beard. He'll get it off to Thompson. Thompson tied up, nowhere to go. Here's Beard. Boy, Beard was huge off the bench for Arkansas in the win on the road at Tennessee earlier this week. Briscoe.
Briscoe's been quiet, normally very good off the dribble, gets to the paint as easily as anybody in the country.
There he is in the paint, blocked by Thompson. Beard, little floater. Adebayo the rebound.
Beard's had 3 shots. None of them have been solid shots. They're just kind of quick flicks, and you hope they go in.
Fox gets that one to go down. Fox now with 6. Kentucky's 5-point lead, their largest of the first half. Watkins will fall away. Can't get it to go.
Dave, how easily is Arkansas getting the ball to the paint on offense? Every guy off the dribble is getting it to the paint, which just shrinks that defense up. They are attacking this Kentucky team.
Ten minutes in the books, 3-point Kentucky lead. Monk. And a reach-in fouled on Beard. Let's go over to Tara.
Well, guys, in that last timeout, Cal telling Derek Willis, listen, if you need a break as he comes off the floor right now, just let me know. We will get you out, you'll get a breather, and I'll get you right back on the floor. So reassuring his big man that he can come and take a rest and still get back out there and do big things.
Winion Gabriel picked up 2 quick fouls. That's why Willis got on the floor so early. And a traveling violation against Bam Adebayo. We'll give it right back to Arkansas.
Ball inside. Feet are moving a bunch. It might have been good in Lawrence, Kansas,
right.
If you were playing there.
Yeah, if you were trying to beat Kansas State with a few seconds on the clock, that would have been good. Beard and a foul as he's driving to the lane. And that will go against Malik Monk. First on Malik. Malik hit his first shot to start this game and hasn't scored since. Nice drive to the basket from Daryl Macon.
And good pass by Trey Thompson, who is solid on both ends when he needs to be. Another travel. Good call. Little sidestep. The value of a Trey Thompson that comes in at 6'9", 265. He's solid, can rebound, and you're right, he's got great hands. You saw that good bounce pass.
Gabriel had to be a little careful defensively on that last drive by Macon with those 2 fouls.
Coach Cal looking for energy, and they've got to get it on the defensive end. It's quiet in Rupp Arena, exactly what Mike Anderson wants. Couldn't have scripted it any better the way they've started.
Barford. Step back jumper is good. And Arkansas has a 1-point lead. It's the 5th lead change That one's knocked away from Adebayo. Barford trying to throw it down. Almost missed it, but got it to go through the cylinder. Timeout, Kentucky.
The new face on this Arkansas team. Defensively, knocks it away, Barford, and then finishes on the other end. This Razorback team, they're confident. They're solid on the defensive end. They are unselfish, and they're up 3.
Because you didn't get it blocked, we rebounded. Now, you can be mad, but we're trying to win. You know what I'm saying? Energy defensively. These guys ain't going away. Going to have to play for 40 minutes.
That's exactly what Coach Cal said earlier today, that he knew this Arkansas team has given them fits over the last few years. They have split their last 8 meetings. They won here back in 2014 in overtime. Matter of fact, won both games that year in 2014. And another turnover. That's 4 turnovers in their last 4 possessions, which has led to an 8-0 run. Let's go over to Tara.
Cal telling his guys in that last huddle, listen, guys, you're reverting. There is no discipline. He looked at Fox and Gabriel, and he said, hey, the shot goes up. No one is checking anybody. You got to get on someone. There should not be any back doors. We're not denying. So reminding them of their defensive efforts when there seem to be some lapses there, guys.
Barford to the basket. He's fouled. Hit the deck hard. He'll step to the free throw line.
Well, danger zone to any team defensively is when you allow an opponent to get into that painted area, whether by dribble or by rebounding. Arkansas attacking. The loss this in the SEC play by Arkansas happened to them. Florida came into Bud Walton Arena and attacked. Casey Hill, Kayvon Allen. Arkansas couldn't guard the paint, and then they couldn't stay in that game, lost by 9. Kentucky tonight, they are not guarding the rim. They're not guarding the paint. And it will be a tough night if they allow Arkansas to control what they're doing on the offensive end. And the confidence now. The guy like Barford has never been in a kind of game like this. Macon, they're all feeling good off the dribble. And once that happens, then a guy like Hannah spots up and starts making shots. This Razorback team's awfully good.
Derek Willis has picked up his 2nd foul, and he walked right back to the Kentucky locker room area. Didn't even stop by the bench. We'll try to get an update on that as soon as we can. Fox will check in for him. Big hop, Euro step, and count it. For De'Aaron Fox, he'll head to the free throw line.
They need energy in Rupp Arena, and there wasn't much there early, but De'Aaron Fox just kept attacking, and look at all the maroon jerseys, red jerseys back defensively, but Fox, with his triple-double in his pocket against Arizona State, attacked. There's got to be some kind of movement in this Kentucky offense and defense to get this crowd in it and get this building rocking.
And Fox completes the 3-point play. Bailey picked up that foul, his first. Watkins back on the floor.
How about the minutes for Barford? 11 points in this game.
Here's Macon, the junior college transfer, off to Hannes, who transferred in from Texas Tech a few years ago. Kingsley. Hannes still trying to find his shot. He's been frustrated this year. Guys have been on him right up in his jersey all year. Been tough for him to find his shot. Shot clock down to 3. Macon launches, and that one didn't draw anything. And Kingsley and Adebayo getting tangled up. Those are 2 big boys right there. Moses, 6'10", 230. Bam, 6'10", 260. I tell you what, I wouldn't get in the middle of that.
Kingsley, who did that day in, day out against the great Bobby Portis.
Yes.
Learned how to play, and now in his junior season, senior season, now trying to, tell the young freshman that he's here to play also.
Bounce pass off the knee of Cook. Derek Willis back on the Kentucky bench. Whatever it was, hopefully not too much of a problem for Derek. And a hand check out on the perimeter. That'll be the 2nd on Daryl Macon.
Now, the frustration of Macon and of Mike Anderson is the fact that Briscoe's not a great outside shooter. So Macon got chest to chest. And you can't, if you do that, Briscoe will break you down. And no matter what defender you are in this country, you've got to give him some space, got to give him some room. When you pick up foul, you go have a seat.
Anton Beard back on the floor. Anton bothered by a bad shoulder. One of those issues that just got to fight through it all year. Anytime you get bumped, it's going to be painful. Played with it in pain against Tennessee the other night. Still had a heck of a game with 16 points. Led them to victory against the Volunteers when they were down 13. Don't forget, tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern, the postponement of that NC State North Carolina game that was supposed to be played as we speak will be tomorrow right here on ESPN. Hope you can join us for that one at 1 o'clock Eastern.
And Briscoe's 2 free throws. He's at 74% this year. Last year only 46. Wasn't confident at taking it off the dribble a year ago. Didn't want to get that free throw line. Different story this season.
That foul on Malik Monk, that'll be his second. And he'll take a seat. And Malik Monk, 1 for 4, 0 for 3 from behind the arc. And remember, he hit his first shot about 10 seconds into this game.
And a little bit of the frustration. Picks up his second foul, has a seat. Coach Cal reminded him about the importance of the team area of this game. I know he wants to win this one badly.
Briscoe off Arkansas. It'll be Kentucky basketball. Somebody's got to take over right now for Kentucky. Willis hit a couple of threes, had him 8 quick points, but nobody's really kind of taking control right now for the Cats offensively.
Dave, when we think of Kentucky, we think of out in the floor, running, attacking. They've not been able to do it because Arkansas has been solid offensively, and they've run back defensively. Not many easy looks.
Nobody there for the rebound except 21 in that Arkansas red. Watkins and his left-handed floater in and out. That won't go. Hawkins lost the handle. Scramble for the ball. They'll say tie it up. Arrow favors Arkansas. The Hogs will have it.
So Hawkins, instead of advancing by pass, he had guys on the left side. He brings it all the way off dribble. Takes longer. They're not getting out, not kicking the ball up the floor. Then he loses control. You lose possession. Not sharp so far this first half for Kentucky. They're still ahead by a point.
Kingsley trying to post up. Cook's floater off the back of the iron. Briscoe, another rebound. Isaiah in traffic, blocked, but a foul in the process. And that foul will go against Anton Beard. But again, you're looking at a guy that didn't even want to go near the free throw line a year ago, but certainly has the confidence to knock him down.
Yeah. He's worked exceptionally hard on his shooting, free throws, three-point shooting. He's had some solid games outside.
Get it over to Tara.
Friends with Isaiah Briscoe this year as opposed to last year is that this year he's really trying to get to the rim, but coach needs him to shoot the ball higher. So right now you're looking at a video in what they call the gladiator stick. They're trying to get all these guys to shoot the ball higher because Coach Cal said if you can shoot the ball higher and not get blocked, we have an opportunity for offensive rebounds. He doesn't want his guys getting blocked because then that leads to transition buckets on the other end.
A little softer touch, looked like they're shooting over the
That's how my man John
gladiator.
Sumvold used to do it back in the day, right?
We didn't have a lot of gladiators, but you did learn how to shoot it a little softly over the top.
Barford, the offensive foul, will go the other way with it.
Mike Anderson, who has a deep team and will use a lot of different combinations. Game by game, Mike searches for which guys are playing well together and will stick with those guys for quite a few minutes. Good hands by Watkins.
Mulder picks it off to Fox. Strong move. Boy, now that didn't go down. I'll never know. That was hanging on the cylinder. The other way. That won't drop for Barford. Now Kentucky in the floor, open floor. But Arkansas gets back defensively. Humphreys with the lay-in. Boy, the Arkansas player said that Kentucky was on the baseline.
Well, I thought Hawkins was out of bounds. But we don't have the right angle.
Hannah's trying to get free for a three. That doesn't drop.
And the Hogs got to be careful this last 5 minutes. Kentucky trying to attack. Wow.
Nicely done by Briscoe. It is a 10-0 Wildcat run. They have opened it up to a 6-point advantage. 4:54 to go in the first half. It's there. Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on ESPN. It's the College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. Clemson and Alabama, Raymond James Stadium down in Tampa. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app or watch ESPN. A rematch of last year's thrilling title game should be the same. Can't wait for that one Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern. 30-24, Cats out in front on a 10-0 run. Where will Arkansas go for a basket?
They have stayed jersey to jersey with Hannah's. He's had really not very many good looks this first half.
Here's Briscoe.
Well, Briscoe's having fun with as being the lead guy with the ball in the last 5 minutes. Attack.
That's off the mark. Watkins with the rebound. Watkins with 6 boards here in the opening half. Cook. That misses left. And a foul on Watkins.
Dave, interesting about Moses Kingsley. He is not a great post-up offensive player. So when people see him catch it and they're wondering why he doesn't make a move, it's not the comfort zone if he's off the block a little bit. So he will at times, if he sees a double team or he doesn't have something, he makes a quick pass out and likes to maybe chase that pass where he's got a little better position. He could make a move on the move across the lane.
Adebayo back on the floor. Humphreys to the bench. Adebayo and Kingsley just kind of cancel each other out underneath tonight.
They would probably tell you they do all the dirty work. They're the big guys. They set picks, they rebound, they block shots. Because both these teams love their guards to get out and run and shoot.
It has been a little over 4 minutes for Arkansas since they've had a point on the board. And a quick whistle will get us to another timeout. 3:50 to go. Opening half, Kentucky up 8. Yeah, they hit it on the head when you think about Kentucky. They're the fastest team that Cal's ever had in terms of possession. You know, they score in 14 seconds or less on average. That's second fastest in the country.
Yeah, and the Razorbacks, again, they are getting back defensively, not worrying about full court pressure. They're getting back defensively, switching things, keeping them in front, making jump shots, and rebounding. Now, they're down 7. They've gone on a cold spell in the offensive end.
But to this point, they've made it somewhat difficult for the Cats to do what they do offensively.
Well, let's think about Arkansas for a second. They keep getting better with all the new faces and the veterans they have. They just continue to get better. We've seen them. I've seen them. This is my 3rd time this season. This is a solid defensive team that offensively at times can be challenged, but they've got enough guys, especially in the backcourt, that can score. But they're athletic enough to match up with this Kentucky team. Matchup zone right now, man.
Here's Briscoe. He'll back it out. Shot clock under 10. A little less than 3.5 to go opening half.
Wow, Hawkins. That's tough.
His first basket, 34-26 game. Both these teams score a bunch of points. Kentucky, the 2nd highest scoring team in the country at 94 a night. Arkansas at 82. It'll be tough for those teams to get there tonight the way we're going. And a foul. That'll go against Kentucky's Michael Mulder.
Mulder at 6'4" is guarding Trey Thompson at 6'9". Thompson wanted the ball, but none of his teammates, they couldn't get it to him. They saw him, couldn't get it to him. And when the ball went on the rim, Trey Thompson, because of his girth inside, 265, can move a lot of bodies around. Mulder had to do what you're supposed to do at 6'4", 185. You just try to get your body on a body and try to get him out of the way.
Thompson knocks home the first free throw. .69", 265, the junior out of Madison, Arkansas. There's a little bit of that pressure from the Hogs. Mulder looking for a little bit of room. That's off the mark. Tapped around. Kingsley wins the battle. Nice pass. Barford. He's hit. Count it.
Great hands by Kingsley. Great hands and finish by Barford. Again, look at the side. Look at the shoulders from Barford. 6'3", 202. And this Razorback team, again, continues, and it's all in the painted area, Dave. Attacking, rebounding, finishing. They've had some valuable minutes from guys coming in off the bench.
They have not lost the points in the paint battle all year in any game they played.
I think of this, Dave. It's a team that shoots 78% from the foul line. Good bucket.
Mulder knocks home that three. Kingsley with an outside jumper.
Face up, a little better than he is with his back to the basket. Big smile on his face.
SEC's preseason player of the year. Barford leads all scorers with 14. Fox leads Kentucky with 9. Here's Kingsley with a rebound. Just his second board of the evening. Macon will back it out. Now get it to Barford.
And Macon is a terrific scorer, Dave. He will take his chances and opportunities when he can. He'll go one-on-one against guys.
Barford spins.
Wow.
Boy, he is showing you some of the skills that...
Oh, my. I like the move. He is having some kind of first half. I'm not sure I agree with that one.
Just Barford showing you a nice move, but a little too much on the move. Briscoe high, real high off the top of the backboard, and a follow by Adebayo, and you can count it.
One of the things when you play Arkansas, what you'll scout is when you attack the rim and attack the lane, Kingsley's probably going to help out. He's a great shot blocker, but he's going to help. If he is guarding you, you are normally open. He comes over to help. Big Bam steps in the way, and he's so powerful. Strength.
Keep your hands in your lane.
Adebayo just 60% at the line. Couldn't get that one to go down. And then a foul on Mulder. That'll be the second on Mulder. And Arkansas on the double bonus will get 2 free throws as Thompson will head to the free throw line.
Thompson at the line for 2.
The fouls that coaches hate. Missed off in, free throw line.
Humphreys back in for Mulder. And Thompson gets them both to go down.
Solid minutes, night in, night out. Trey Thompson for Mike Anderson's squad.
4 points in 9 minutes for Thompson. Here's Briscoe. Boy, Kingsley steps in front of that pass, knocks it away. Watkins gets it to Macon, looking for a little bit of room. Boy, nice ball fake on Humphries, but then ran right into Adebayo. Here's Fox. His layup. Fox now with 11. The lead is 6.
Speed and body control. Took it right into the shot blocker. Kingsley had no room to make on that ball.
Kingsley, top of the key, 3. Moses Kingsley steps out to knock home the 3, his second of the year. He's 2 out of 4. Kingsley with 7 points here in the opening half. Kentucky looking for the final shot. In and out, tapped around. Thompson will just hold it, and that'll do it for a solid first half. Kentucky will lead it by 3. Let's go over to Tara.
Coach, at one point, a 12-0 run with Malik on the bench. What are you most pleased with offensively?
Well, we're not posting the ball. We're trying to go inside. Bam's missing free throws when we do post it. We're late throwing balls to the post. So we wait, and then throw, and then he's triple teamed. Some stuff we got to talk about.
Thanks.
Well, he was trying to search for something positive. Give him credit. It's halftime here at Rupp. Kentucky out in front. Let's get you to the studio. Back inside Rupp Arena, 41-38. Our tally, moments away from second half basketball. Coach Cal wearing a mic for us as we have an SEC Wired game. Let's listen in to what Coach had to say in the first half.
Hey, you can shoot it that way, and if you missed it, he rebounded it. Come here. You come here. Come here. Because you didn't get it blocked, we got a 3-point play.
He's been working with Isaiah Briscoe on getting a little bit more arch on that shot, and it certainly has paid off. Your thoughts about the first half and where we stand here in a 3-point game?
I thought for a road game, the Razorbacks had a perfect first half. They're down a little bit, but, I mean, they kept the crowd out of it. They got back defensively. They attacked offensively. They are confident that they can win this game. We saw that today at shoot-around. Kentucky has to step it up a notch to beat Kentucky, but Arkansas expect a great second half.
Well, if you're Coach Calipari, your message in his locker room to the Cats?
I think it starts defensively. I think they've got to be more aggressive on the ball if they can contain guys off the dribble. If they can't, it's going to be a long night.
Well, we know this. Arkansas certainly look like they have the confidence to come in here.
And Monk had one of those first halves that he's not had all season long.
No.
2 fouls, shot 1 for 4 from the field. Now his first possession, second half, turnover.
And remember, he had his first shot of the game. I mean, we hadn't played 15 seconds. So after that opening shot, a very, very quiet Malik Monk.
The 2 new guards for Arkansas. Barford came off the bench, had a terrific half with 14, and Macon had 5, so 19 points for the 2 new players for this Arkansas squad.
Let's go over to Tara.
Well, I caught up with Coach Anderson coming out of the tunnel after the half, and he said the biggest adjustment he looks to make is to keep him off the boards and off of the free throw line. He said, listen, we got a little stagnant. We've got to do better also offensively. But then he said, listen, I really like their energy, their effort. We just got to hang in there. We're right there with them.
Fox knocks that
well, they are, unless you let Fox just dribble coast to coast and lay it in. Yeah, you had all your guys back, half-court defense, and Macon got beat off the dribble. Fox laid it in. No help side.
Hey, and your leading scorer, Dusty Hanna's, only 2 points. Shot clock at 3. Underneath. And just does beat the shot clock. Give the basket to the Hogs. And that one will go down for Cook. And Kentucky quickly back the other way.
Again, it's Fox, just off the dribble, going coast to coast. Got to stop him somewhere.
Here's Hannes trying to draw a little contact. That won't drop. Fox up ahead to Briscoe.
Wow, tough. Fox has taken over quickly on this second half. 2 drives, and then that hit ahead. Instead of him bouncing the ball all the way, up to Briscoe, who makes a terrific play.
And Briscoe with a foul on a cutting Daryl Macon.
Briscoe, that's his second and the team's first.
Think of this. Fox had just taken it coast to coast, Dave, and most guys would do the same again. They could take it off the dribble. That hit ahead was a half-court pass. Allows his teammate the freedom to go make the play.
Now Fox trying to defend Hannes, who lost the handle for a moment. Kingsley. Here's Cook working on Willis.
They have really bottled Hannes up. He has not had many open looks.
Well, that's a tough shot. Got it to go off the window. His first field goal.
And I think it was Fox who was guarding him. He slipped, fell out front.
Foul on the floor. And that'll go against Hannes.
The foul is on Hannes. That's his first and the team's first.
You can't see on the right side, Fox had slipped. And the smart play of Hannes was he just dove to the basket. No defender there. Guys late picking him up. He knocked it in.
And you know Kentucky will stay with Hannes the rest of the night. He had 20 in a home loss to Kentucky last season. 7 of 14 of his shots.
And really, Fox probably ought to take over now and go down and show him where he slipped and fell. The officials and the ball boys are trying to guess. But it was out higher. It was out top by the three-point line.
Looks like they got that cleaned up. Why don't you get out there and get your towel, get your coat, get your
good with that.
You know, get your $500 sport coat off and go out there and
and go out and use it, huh?
Right.
Sweep it up.
Some of that NBA money.
We need a little bigger coats and sport coats coming to Lexington. And holy smokes, is it cold here.
Foul on the floor. No shot, says Doug Schaus. That'll go against Hannes. That'll be his second. Speaking of cold weather, Charlotte got the Charlotte area. Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina State got blistered with some ice and snow. Thus, North Carolina State postponed tonight. Tip it off tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern time. You can catch that right here on ESPN. Here's Fox.
Wow.
Boy, that is something else right there from De'Aaron Fox. 15 for the freshman out of Houston, Texas.
And any point guard likes it when big guys switch off on him because they rarely can contain a guy like Fox.
Hannes kicks it. Nice pass to Cook. Good work by Dusty to free open Cook.
Cook's been pretty valuable to this squad this season. Another new player, junior college transfer, about 12 minutes a game. Last 6 games, about 15 minutes. The confidence that Mike Anderson has in his ability.
And that foul will go against Macon.
The foul is on Macon. That's his third.
Fox now, when he pulls that ball back, Dave, all he is wants the big guy to step out with him. And then it's game over. You've got to defensively probably give a step back because you're longer, maybe get in your shot line. And then you've got to help out weak side.
Macon just picked up his third, so he'll head to the bench. Macon came out as the third-ranked junior college player in the country last year. Beard will check in for him. Barford came in as the #1 ranked JUCO player after leading the nation with 26 points a game. Barford having a nice offensive night here in Lexington with 14 first-half points.
There's a value of Hannah's running and chasing because Monk's got to chase it. That doesn't help Monk on his offensive end. When you got to, the assignment is to stay as close as you can to Hannah's because he moves greatly without the ball.
Here's Cook. Off to Hannah's. Shot clock again under 5. Hannah's slips through a couple of Cat defenders. Couldn't get it to go. Monk. Finger roll. Good. First basket since we started this game. Watkins. He might have got away with a travel. Timeout taken by Arkansas. That'll get us to a timeout. 53-46. Back in a moment. This is a special presentation of the SEC Network on ESPN. And welcome back to Rupp Arena here in Lexington. Another huge crowd of 23,000. 53-46 our tally. We'd like to thank the SEC for agreeing to move this Arkansas-Kentucky game over from the SEC Network to right here on ESPN due to weather-related postponement of the NC State-North Carolina game. And, of course, you can watch that game tomorrow right here on ESPN beginning at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Here is Fox quickly down the floor. Briscoe converts the assist to Fox. The largest lead of the evening.
Kentucky 6 of 7 this second half of the field goal. They are attacking.
Gabriel swats it out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. Well, De'Aaron Fox has come out here in the second half, and he has stepped on the gas. Part of the reason Kentucky has opened this one up a little bit.
Yeah, he's simply taken over. Kentucky only had 6 first-half fast break points. They've already got 6 this second half, but he has gone coast to coast, put pressure on this Arkansas defense, and whether he's finished it himself or dropped it off for assist, he has been in total charge.
17 points for Fox, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Arkansas will inbound it. 15:40 to go. Cats have missed just 1 second half shot. Beard, nice pass inside, and Cook will complete the play. Anderson draws up a good one out of that timeout.
And Barford, one of the better on-ball defenders for Arkansas, now matches up with Fox.
Monk gets that jumper to go. Let's go over to Tara.
Well, all week Cal has been preaching discipline and trust. He's trying to get his guys to trust one another, for each of them to do their job, and then collectively they can do their job. And just in that last huddle, he said, guys, remember, please be disciplined. Just keeps repeating it over and over, guys.
See how that plays out here as Barford gets pushed by Fox and stumbles over Briscoe.
Got to be careful a little bit. Barford, I'm not saying intentionally stepped on Briscoe, but was right there, and his foot came down and another foot, and Fox didn't like it. Briscoe, only a sophomore, but taking leadership, getting Fox away. So Briscoe takes the charge. Now watch. Kind of foot, just a tangle up.
Already had one little scuffle in Athens, Georgia earlier today between Georgia and Missouri. That was mainly between the coaches.
Yeah, that was just the coaches, not the players.
So Doug Schau's.
Watch when Barford comes down. Now, there's been a lot of talking, so there's his foot, and there's another step, and then Fox pushes. But I'm not so sure that second step by Barford didn't have a little bit of intention. Now watch him leave his foot there. And then the step.
Well, they called the offensive foul on Barford. We know that for sure. And now we're waiting for the results of any extracurricular activities. Watch that right foot. He misses with the left.
Yeah, I thought he stepped on him, to be honest.
So let's see what the end result here. I think we're going to get double technicals. Barford gets a technical. De'Aaron Fox will get a technical. And I think, as the quote from Doug Shows is, double technicals for woofing and pushing.
Woofing and pushing.
Jalen Barford and De'Aaron Fox, and the crowd doesn't like it at all. So no shots, and Kentucky will have the basketball, but there was the offensive foul on Barford before that play. And there's the follow, but a foul. We're going to count the basket.
Dave, two ways for a crowd to get involved. One, if you're playing great. Two, if the officials make a call the crowd doesn't agree with. Because Rupp Arena is now into this contest.
Briscoe threw it up to Adebayo, who threw it down.
I think they called the foul before.
Well, I saw the... So now they're all confused on whether the basket... All the players are confused what's going on.
Yeah, Briscoe almost stepped to the line.
Yeah.
He thought he got fouled, but he put the ball up. Adebayo dunked it.
Barford just picked up his fourth foul. Mike Anderson thought the foul should have been on the pass. He can't believe that they just counted the basket for Adebayo and gave him a three-point play. Kentucky will take it. They lead by 12.
And now when you're on the road, it's composure. Beard is a veteran guard. Hannes is a veteran guard. Watkins is a veteran guard. They've got to be able to handle composure for about the next 3 or 4 minutes.
And Mike Anderson still hot about that call. He thought it was on the floor. And here's that last play. I think he's right.
Well, the foul, they called it on Barford, pushed Adebayo before he even had the ball, before he was going up.
Here's Watkins. Kingsley off to Beard. Anton Beard had 16 against Tennessee in the middle of the game. And Kingsley will follow the miss with a throwdown, and now he'll step to the free throw line.
So the strength of Moses Kingsley is chasing balls up in the air. And a response from this Razorback team, much needed.
So Moses Kingsley to the line. Fox back on the floor. Monk to the bench. Third foul on Monk. And Kingsley converts. Kingsley now in double figures with 10. Hawkins gets it to Briscoe. He'll swing it around to Gabriel. He'll miss the shot. Rebound to Kingsley. Gets it off to Manny Watkins. Hannes with 4 points. Will kick it to Kingsley. Moses. Rebound to Gabriel. Off to Briscoe. And traffic won't go. Wave it off.
That's his third. The team's second.
Third on Hannes.
Yeah, this again, the attack by Briscoe and this Kentucky team. Would this ball have had a chance?
I think it definitely had a chance.
That little English on it. Briscoe gives that little look to his teammate, like, leave that baby alone.
So Briscoe at the free throw line. Give him a dozen tonight.
replaces William Avery.
First Take is now on ESPN. That's right, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. Eastern to noon. Stephen A., Max, and Molly discuss and debate the most compelling and entertaining topics from the world of sports on ESPN. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. That won't go for Briscoe. Saved to Thompson. Anton Beard. Scoreless tonight here at Rupp Arena. Now Hannes. Boy, Hawkins, who's just an outstanding defender. And that time, Hannes got a nice screen, able to shake 25 in white.
He's got a lot of stuff to his game. You know, he's just not a catch-and-shoot guy. He puts it on the floor, moves in and out, releases different angles to get shots off. Has to.
The third three of the night for Derek Willis, the senior.
A perfect night so far from the field, 5 of 5.
Beard, bumped by Hawkins. And that'll send Beard to the free throw line. Boy, you saw that number. When Kentucky has a 10-point lead at any time during a game, they are 203.
So you're saying what, partner?
That they've only lost 3 times.
Okay, that's what I just checking.
Just check. They've had a 10-point lead at any time.
All right.
So here comes the crowd. And if you're not familiar with the noise, the free Chick-fil-A if you miss both free throws for the Kentucky fans. But Beard will silence the crowd for a moment. And a foul on the inside. Bam Adebayo trying to post up. Dustin Thomas picks it up. That'll be his third. Boy, been a quiet night for Dustin.
And if he's had, this is a transfer from Colorado, sat out a year ago, practiced with the team, but if Thomas has any issues so far this season, it's been foul trouble. And that one was unforced error, so to speak. They were getting back in a matchup zone, and Adebayo just going through. Thomas gave him a little shove.
Thomas fouled out against Tennessee. And Briscoe tries to save it, and he does to Fox. Off to Hawkins. He'll launch it from the corner, no good. Watkins had his hands on it, but a savvy play by Isaiah Briscoe.
If I had one word probably to describe Briscoe, it's instinct. He just has a knack, a great feel of this game.
Fox up and under. Fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. An 11-point lead for the Cats, trying to build upon that when we return.
Right away he was open. Push. You waited. Isaiah, don't switch. Move your feet. You almost fouled him, dude. Come on. Have discipline.
It's been a tough night for Malik Monk, facing a school that certainly a lot of folks thought that he might go to coming out of high school. Played his high school ball at Bentonville High School for 3 years, 25 miles away from the campus there in Fayetteville at the University of Arkansas. Mike Anderson invested a lot of time recruiting him. Matter of fact, the high school was filled up with Hog fans throughout his career. Even the Arkansas team would go watch him play at nights. But tonight, it's been tough. And it was something that Coach Cal was concerned about, that maybe Malik might get a little too jacked up to play against this team. He's good friends with all these guys who played with him a bunch in the summer. Only 6 points for Malik. Hannes, that's off the mark. And it's a story because Malik Monk leads the league in scoring, averaging 26 points a game. Or had 26 in his last outing. He's
30 a game in the SEC play. So, and 31 the last 4 ball games. There can be the other effect too, is when you tell a guy not to be too hyped and to be relaxed. that he may have a tendency to lose his aggressiveness. He really hasn't attacked much tonight after the first play. He's 3 for 6 from the field, but he had a couple fouls early.
He scored double figures in every single game he's played for Kentucky. But tonight has some work to do to get there. 3 out of 6 from the field, 6 points. No rebounds. Adebayo trying to reach double figures.
Dave, you start thinking about Arkansas trying to get their way back in. Where do they go for buckets? Who's going to take charge on the offensive end? Barford, the leading scorer tonight, on the sideline with 4 personal fouls. Hannes has not had any openings from the outside. Kentucky has been solid, especially second half defensively.
Beard bumped on the way to the basket. He'll head to the free throw line. Let's go over to Tara.
Well, guys, all week we've heard Coach Cal talk about trust and discipline, but he's also been telling them to get a bounce in their step on defense, particularly the bigs. He's like, look at your guards when they play defense. They're constantly moving their feet. He's like, I need you to start practicing against the ball fakes and be able to move your feet so that by the time they make a move, we're right there and ready for it and not too late and foul like they did right here, guys.
That sends Beard to the line. And Willis able to grab that rebound. And Fox back down the court in a flash.
The foul is on Beard. That's his third.
Third on Beard.
Dave, you have to meet Fox earlier. Once he's got his speed coming, you got to get it at half court so that you're now directing him one way or the other. They're letting him get ahead of steam and picking him up at about the free throw line. And by then, he's picked the dribble up, Euro step one way or the other, and he's right on top of the defense.
.21 for Fox tonight. Pushes it out to a 15-point lead.
Quiet night also for Macon from Arkansas. Averages only 14 a game, only got 5 points tonight.
Kingsley just had it slip out of his hands, and Fox will throw it down.
He has dominated this second half.
And almost a turnover by Arkansas. And the Hogs getting a little sloppy here. Beard. Little up and under move. That's off the window. You know, Kentucky's blowing out just about everybody they have played against. Second best scoring margin in the country. Almost 23 a game. On average, they beat their opponents by that margin. Only trailing West Virginia, who has blown out their opponents by an average of almost 30 a night. Monk almost pinned that one between the glass and the iron. Tapped around. Willis gets it to Fox. Little 3-on-2 run out. He'll take it himself. That's just nasty.
That's nice. Yeah, that's nice.
Thomas in the corner. Here's Macon. He'll bury that.
I think that's what he does best. Macon's a good long ball shooter. The Hogs have had no answers defensively for De'Aaron Fox.
Can Willis do it again? Not this time. And for Willis, his first miss tonight. He's now 5 out of 6 from the field, 3 out of 4 from behind the arc.
3-on-2 break. If you're leading the break, make sure you're stopped if you have the ball. Little ball fake. Kingsley out of the play. Hanna's out of the play. Fox with the easy finish.
Fox with 25. Fox has a new career high, however young this career is. His previous high was 24 against North Carolina. Anton Beard just picked up his 4th. But you're right. It's almost like Coach Cal gave him a message at halftime, like, I need you to step on the gas.
Now to attack, be aggressive, and make plays either for yourself or your teammate. You're really trying to make plays for your teammates in his position, but Arkansas hasn't helped out defensively, so Fox has finished. Kentucky only 4 of 15 beyond the three-point line, and they came in, Dave, the last 4 games, Kentucky has shot 43% beyond the three. Tonight they've not converted many, but they've been able to get offensive rebounds and continue the plays on the offensive end.
Cats shooting 54%, Arkansas at 45%. Here's Hannes. Kingsley spins on Humphreys. What a nice strong move. Willis came over with a double team.
That is a tough finish. But you can see Kingsley with his back is not as comfortable if he's catching facing.
Down to a 12-point game. Monk. That won't go.
That was much more in rhythm, though. Good pass for Briscoe. Monk thought he had it.
Hannes. Inside. A little too much English on that one. Humphreys the rebound. Willis. Assist to Humphreys. But Briscoe now with 6 rebounds, a dozen points, and his first assist of the night. Here's Monk.
Good play by Hannes. Not trying to hurt him, just trying to stop him.
Cats up by 14. And Willis having a big night. 7:41 to go. It's coming up Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on ESPN. The College Football Playoff National Championship game presented by AT&T. Clemson, Alabama, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. It's also streaming live on the ESPN app or watch ESPN. Bama's going for back-to-back titles, 4 in the last 6. Tigers looking for their first since '81. Of course, that game last year was outstanding and should be another great contest Monday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Monk to the free throw line, sitting on 6 points. Malik gets the first one. Let's go over to Tara.
Well, guys, in that last Arkansas huddle, Coach Anderson telling his guys, listen, we are right there in it. I promise you, we just need about 3 or 4 stops. Make sure you square up on offense and on defense. Keep the pressure up. We got to be more aggressive. He talked to them about matchups, specifically on Briscoe, but then he just finished it and he said, guys, we're right there. We got this.
Well, that shot off the mark. Hannes can't get it to go down. Dusty tonight sitting on 6 points. He is just 2 of 10 from the floor, 0 for 3 from behind the arc. Hadn't had a whole lot of room.
And this was a team down 13 at Tennessee and made runs a couple times in that game. So Mike Anderson staying confident, but Hannes guys have to make those shots. And that one might have been early, but Hannes hasn't had any opening, so he had to take it.
Here's Macon. Ball's kicked by Willis. And here comes Jalen Barford, who's been saddled with 4 fouls. Barford has 14 points to lead Arkansas. He and Kingsley, the only players in double figures. Well, you can see the frustration look on Hannah's face. Macon. No good. Rebound to Fox. Monk is fouled by Kingsley trying to throw it down. He'll head to the free throw line.
Dave, Fox has the ability when his head and eyes are totally up. He found Willis that time in the corner. Another missed 3 for this Kentucky team. And Kingsley was not going to allow Monk to throw that down.
Second foul on Kingsley. Monk misses the first. Monk 86% at the line. Willis gets a nice hand. Willis has had a solid game off the bench. 15 points, 6 of 8 from the floor. Go along with those 5 rebounds in 19 minutes. Tapped around. William Gabriel will get credit for it.
You know, Monk missed 2. 86% free throw shoot.
Almost had the steal. Macon misses. Adebayo gets it off to Monk, who throws it down. And Malik Monk now in double figures, and the streak continues. 15 straight in double figures.
It's what they do, right? They push, they push, they push. And at some point in most of these games they've played, the opponent breaks a little bit. And when they do, the Wildcats just take advantage.
Bam Adebayo with the assist. It was a 3-point game at the half, and Kentucky has pushed it to 20. As we take a look at this week's standings, brought to you by Hardee's. Florida. Tell you what, folks, that's a team that Mike White has put together. With the addition of Canyon Berry, going to be a tough out.
Solid team. I had them at Arkansas. They've already won 1 on the road, so a solid start for the Gators.
Good win today at home against Tennessee, and there's Kentucky. South Carolina also. Sindarius Thornwell suspended, violation of some team rules. He's back in the mix now,
and they've not lost when he plays. So another solid team.
Trying to figure out the back half of this league is going to be something else. Kentucky got some good news today. Amadou Diallo, 6'6", 190-pound guard, ranked number 1 at his position, ranked number 11 overall in the ESPN.com rankings, decided that he would verbally commit and will actually said today that he will enroll in school on Wednesday. And that gives Coach Cal 6 of the top 43 players in the country, the 5th 5-star prospect to commit to this recruiting class. Now, here's the deal. He's already graduated high school. He's been in prep school. He's already told his prep school he's not coming back. He's going to enroll here in Kentucky. He's actually eligible to play, but he said he's not. He's going to practice with Kentucky. He would be eligible for the NBA draft coming up, but he said he's not going to do that. He's going to stay around and play basketball next year for Kentucky. Those are his plans. Kentucky cannot comment about him. He hasn't signed the proper paperwork yet, thus, due to some NCAAs, all their rules and regulations. The Cats can't officially comment on any of that until he gets here in to school and signs those papers. But unbelievable that they were able to land him. And if you've been on YouTube and seen some of his highlights, folks, it is...
So he's not going to play unless he's really, really good at practice. Oh, goodness.
I mean, Auburn's got one of those. Austin Wiley, a big fella.
Yeah.
Left high school early. He's 17 years old. He's starting at center.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. I would think it's hard when he shows up and he goes to practice that he doesn't want to play. But I think it'd be difficult. But we'll see.
You know, the question I have, what if one of these guards gets hurt? Do you put a game jersey on him at that point? Foul on Kingsley, then an elbow by Adebayo right into the lower shin area, maybe chest, neck. They're going to have to take a look at that, I think. Boy, that was something. Coach Cal comes out yelling at his guys. Watch this. There's the hook by Kingsley. Wasn't that bad. Was not that bad at all.
Two guys going at each other, so watch. Yeah, not much.
No.
Not much.
No. If anything, it was Kingsley that got him.
You know what I liked? I'm just going to say, as a former player, what I liked. Cal tried to get his guys away, right? Which is a nice move. And the Arkansas guys walked with the Kentucky guys.
Right.
I mean, they weren't backing down. They walked with them as Cal was huddling. I mean, the Arkansas guys are here to play. They're disappointed right now what the score is, but they have been highly competitive physically with this Wildcat squad.
It's been a physical game. There's some contact underneath. Foul that time. That'll go on Monk as he slips down there on that baseline. Kentucky on a 10-0 run, by the way, but it's been a very physical game. And that's kind of what Coach Cal said today. What's the bottom left here? Right on the baseline. And Monk still trying to shake it off around the UK in midcourt. But Coach Cal, I said, what is it about Arkansas that has given you problems since they've split these last 8 games? And he says, this is a team that, they play kind of a helter-skelter type. They clutch, they grab, they're a physical team. And some of the groups that I've had maybe haven't been prepared. They've been young. They haven't been mentally prepared, physically prepared for this style of basketball. And we're seeing some of that tonight, how Arkansas plays. And to Kentucky's credit, they have been prepared tonight for that type of basketball. Maybe in the first half caught them off guard a little bit.
Well, the Razorbacks are like their coach. I mean, Mike Anderson's a tough guy.
Right.
And he has his teams ready competitively night in, night out. Sometimes they don't shoot it well. Sometimes they don't fend well on certain nights. But they are always tough and physical and competitive. But you're right, Kentucky has answered the call when need be, and it's sometimes harder for younger guys to do that with a group of older players that will challenge you.
It was a 3-point game at the break. 41-38. And then De'Aaron Fox said, you know what, I'll put this on my back, and everybody just kind of sit back and watch.
Yeah, and we've all watched. I'm anxious to see if Barford, who, again, the 4 fouls, had to sit out, is back in. Every time he touches it, the crowd boos him, but he had a pretty good night until that 4th personal foul. I want to see if he's got a reaction to make a play offensively as he did earlier.
Kingsley to the line. 12 points, now 13 for Moses. Some more on Moses. Let's go over to Tara.
Well, Coach Anderson told me today in shoot-around that Kingsley now is really the elder statesman. He said, but if he has a flaw, it's that he's not being selfish enough. He's really implored the big man to get to the hoop more and ultimately get to the free throw line more. As you guys know, Arkansas, very good free throw shooters. So when you look at a guy like Kingsley, him and Coach Anderson have had many talks on how he could be most effective and do his job better, especially on a squad like this year's team.
Hey, he had 57 career assists before this season. He has 25 assists this year alone. Maybe passing a little too much out of that.
I've always said it's hard to make a kid or player to have a scorer's mentality if that's not. I mean, Moses was never an offensive guy a couple years ago. I mean, he rarely played growing up. What he could do was run, block shots, and now they're saying, could you be more selfish, try to score? It's not necessarily his makeup.
Fox with the air ball. 18-point game, 4:18 to go.
On the contrary, there are certain guys you would like to pass more because they have that scorer's mentality. They'll always try to attack.
Crowd getting all over Jalen Barford. Here's Thompson. Barford. Off to Beard.
And Barford has shied away when the crowd's booing him instead of attacking.
Thompson. Blocked by Gabriel. Here's Monk. That is how you run a fast break.
Fun to watch.
Fox with 27 now. Count it. for Briscoe. Arkansas has been on a 5-minute drought. And in the process, Kentucky has opened this one up to 22, and they could make it 23. The Cats are flying high and rough.
Flying high, pushing hard. Big Blue Nation on a roll.
You can get this now or later.
Time to take a look at our defensive spotlight, brought to you by Shelter Insurance.
And watch Monks. He knew where his teammate was at half court. Took an extra dribble, but he knew where he was.
Just part of a second half onslaught by Kentucky. What has been the biggest difference from the first half to the second half, really from both vantage points?
Well, the attacking mode of De'Aaron Fox has changed what Kentucky has done offensively. He's been attack mode. And I think when Barford went out, as well as he was playing, and he picked up his 4th personal foul, he has not had any effect when he's come back in the game. The crowd has gotten into him every time he's touched the ball, so he's not had any effect offensively as he did the first half for Arkansas.
Well, you really felt after 20 minutes of play that Arkansas went into that locker room, had some confidence, felt like they could hang with this Kentucky team. And they never really had that spark at any point in the second half.
Well, then shot well second half.
38% here in the second half, 39% overall. 3 of 13 from behind the arc.
Dave, I'm not sure when you play Kentucky you can let Fox just survey the territory and look around and just see what he wants to do. And in the second half, Arkansas has not changed anything with De'Aaron Fox.
Thompson with a foul of Gabriel. He'll step to the free throw line. The other aspect of this is Kentucky's just dominated the glass here in the second half. They're up 12 in rebounding margin, 40-28. And Mike Anderson telling us, you know, we can play defense all we want, but if we can't rebound the basketball, we haven't completed the defensive possession.
Yeah, they have 9 offensive rebounds second half alone. Kentucky does. And you said it. Mike Anderson told us it's about rebounding for his squad.
Kingsley will grab that rebound. Kentucky with 18 fast break points here in the second half. They had 6 in the first half. Nice shot on the inside by Daryl Macon. Macon with a dozen. Monk off the front of the iron. Adebayo. Back to Monk. Lost the handle. Ran into Thompson. Time to take a look at tonight's Good Hands play, brought to you by Allstate. Moses Kingsley getting some work done on the inside.
Power, physicality. Moses can bring it night in, night out.
Kingsley tonight, 14 points, 7 rebounds. Briscoe taking a seat. Gabriel heading to the bench. Adebayo, Fox. Those guys withstood a physical game tonight. There's a different group here in the second half. Brad Calipari comes on the floor, as does Ty Winyard. Sasha Galea-Jones also on the floor for Kentucky, along with Hawkins and Mulder. Macon catch and shoot. He'll knock home that three. And timeout taken by Mike Anderson with 1:24 to go.
And Arkansas will regroup. They'll be at home next week against Mississippi State on Tuesday night. I think they have Missouri coming in on Saturday. So a couple teams they look to get back on the winning streak, especially in Bud Walton, where they lost their home opener in the SEC to Florida.
The only meeting was Kentucky this year. Meanwhile, for the Cats, talk about what's in store for Kentucky. They're on the road at Vanderbilt. Then they host Auburn. And they're at Mississippi State. And then they get South Carolina right here in Rupp Arena, which will be an interesting game. Frank Martin's club will be a tough, but another club that will come in here with the same kind of mentality, kind of a tough physical bunch.
And in the Big 12 SEC Challenge, they will host Kansas here in this building, which will be a great matchup.
And 4 of the next 5 for Kentucky will be right here on ESPN. Vanderbilt's shooting the ball really well lately. They have changed their offense a little bit. Bryce Drew finally figuring out some of those pieces in his first year at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, early in the season they had Cornette on the block, which we know is more of a face-up guy. Now he's out setting screens, picking, popping, and all of their shooters in their offense getting good looks at baskets, and we know how they can shoot the ball and stretch a defense.
Matthew Fisher-Davis last week, earlier this week, career-high 33 with 7 3-pointers. So a tough 2-game road swing for this Arkansas team. And they will split.
1 minute left in the game.
With a win in Tennessee and a loss here at Kentucky as Mulder knocks home that 3. So Kentucky didn't look like they were going to get there in the first half, but they hit their season average. That's in and out.
Well, like any of the top teams, Dave, when you play any of these guys, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, you name it, you've got to play 40 minutes. And 20 doesn't do it, 30 doesn't do it. You got to get to the 40-minute mark, especially when you're on the road, and it's difficult to do.
Kentucky averaging 94 points a game. Don't forget, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, right here on ESPN, the postponement of NC State, North Carolina from tonight will be made up. 1 o'clock Eastern, the Pack and the Tar Heels. Good look at Justin Jackson. Well, he's something special.
They've got some kind of team. High octane again, likes to push it. Roy Williams always in attacking mode. His teams have always come at you full force on that offensive end. They're another team. Can they guard well enough at times? Can they rebound? They've got the offensive firepower.
Boy, how they lost to Georgia Tech in their ACC openers beyond me. Louisville got their first ACC win today. Speaking of Georgia Tech in Atlanta, they got on the ACC win column. 8 seconds to go here, and Kentucky will win this one. They will put up 97 points and win this by 26. Amazing. This was a 3-point game at the half. But the Cats will go to 13-2 and 3-0 in the SEC. Arkansas will go to 12-3 and 1-2 in conference play. So for John Sunvolt, Tara Petrolino, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Rupp Arena. Now let's get you to the studio for SportsCenter.
Gentlemen, thanks so much. Kentucky led this game 41-38 at the half, but the Cats outscored the Hogs 55-33 in the second half. They're now 13-2, perfect in SEC play. As we say hello, welcome into SportsCenter. Kevin Connors and Chris Hassel. And speaking of college basketball, there will be a new number 1 come Monday.
There was also a little bit of a coach fight that we will get to at some point on this show. We'll also get to the NFL, wild card weekend getting going. But we're going to start with some must-see plays for you right out of the gate, Kev.
As it should be in the hometown of...
Showed out on that one.
And how about De'Aaron Fox? Oh, in transition. 10 of 16 from the floor in this one. He's the point guard, but he led the way in scoring. No problem for the Cats. They handle Arkansas. Here's John Calipari now with Tara Petrolino.
Coach, all week you talked to your team about trusting one another and about discipline. When tonight did you think that they may finally be starting to listen?
Well, again, we tried to steal balls when all we had to do is give them a tough shot and rebound. And every time we tried to steal, we don't play that way. It led to a three, a basket, and and one. Shots went up. Instead of having a habit, discipline, of going and finding somebody, we watched the ball and they rebounded all those. But we play offensively so fast and create some good shots that you miss a couple, there's a gap. But, you know, Arkansas is fine. Look, they're 25 in the RPI, and we played pretty good, shot the ball.
Someone that played pretty good tonight, Derek Willis, your senior, tied a season high.
Fox?
And De'Aaron Fox
was ridiculous today. And it was hard for Malik. You almost expect him to have a tough game. Derek Willis, he played well against him last year when I watched the tape, and I told him that. Get in there and shoot the ball. He's defending better. He's rebounding better. When he makes shots now, here's a 6'9", 6'10 player who can play on the perimeter. It's pretty good for us.
Coach, thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
John Calipari here, and we're joined now by the man that Coach Cal said had a ridiculous game, De'Aaron Fox. Hey, De'Aaron, 27 points. Look, you're a point guard. You're a facilitator, but you're capable of having these kind of scoring nights. What's your role as you understand it on this team?
Right now it's just leading the team, rather it's getting assists, rebounding, guarding one of the best perimeter guys on the team, or scoring. And tonight it was scoring. So it's probably my best game shooting the ball, really efficient. And I just think I played an all-around good game today.
You talk about being a leader. I know that some have nicknamed you the general down there because you're the leader of this team. Explain, De'Aaron, the difference between being a leader at the high school level and now at Kentucky.
In high school, it was usually just lead by example. I wasn't very vocal in high school. I just scored the ball, rebounded the ball, and just tried to lead by example. But coming here, I mean, most of the guys are older, so they've had more experience than me. But, you know, gain their respect, just show them what to do. I mean, they show me the ropes. As a leader, I mean, you also have to listen to your teammates, and that's what I've been doing with the older guys. So I'm listening. I'm coming out trying to lead by example, and then I'm talking on the court, just trying to be an extension of Coach Cal on the court.
You talk about listening. How about from your teammates or from Coach Cal? What's the number one thing you've learned since you've been at Kentucky?
The number one thing I've learned since I've been at Kentucky with Coach Cal especially is discipline. You know, everyone knows, you know, he says I'm too casual at times. And today, I couldn't remember a time I was casual, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he's going to find it. But that's the one thing I've learned since I've been here is just always be alert and be ready on the court. You know, never get caught slipping. Always have your head on the swivel and just stop being too casual.
I said this to your teammate Malik Monk the other night. The best compliment I can give you is that you're fun to watch, man, and you are fun to watch play the game. 27 points tonight. Congratulations on the big win, De'Aaron Fox.
Thank you.
Saw that note that he was number 6 in the 2016 class. Kentucky just picked up another 5-star recruit today in the class of 2017. That is their 5th 5-star recruit for next season's class.
The embarrassment of riches becomes more embarrassing for everyone else in college basketball. Kentucky's moving on. We've got much more SportsCenter at night coming at you after this.